Capricorn, welcome to your reading. So before I dive in, starting this week, I'm going to offer extendeds for all of these weekly zodiac readings. So the link will be in the description box below. So let's jump into your current energy. What's influencing you? What do you need to focus on? And your past? Your strength? That belongs in the upright. Okay, let's get your near future. What else do you need to know? What else is influencing this? Your hopes or fears? And your potential outcome? And so this video is going to be available on TikTok at Tarot with Michelle and on YouTube and Rumble, Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. So looking here, bottom of the deck, I'm getting the Nine of Cups. Now the Nine of Cups is all about your goals and dreams, and it's really about moving in that direction. But I get the sense here with all of the energy, because I'm picking up like a moodiness here, like dark energy that is trying to come out, that you're trying to get rid of during this entire process. So while you're focused on the future, there's still things that require your attention connected to letting go of the past here. So looking at your current energy, I'm getting the Emperor. So the Emperor, Aries, Mars specifically, and it's about standing tall in your own confidence, making up your mind, heading down a specific path. And it's influenced here by the world. So you recognize the end of a cycle. You achieved everything possible with this. That's why you're standing tall in that Emperor energy. So you have the confidence to be able to go after what you want. But I do get this kind of lingering moodiness that we'll talk about as we get through the reading. Showing up here and what you need to focus on, I'm getting the Star. So Aquarius energy, it's focusing here on your goals and dreams and making them a reality. It feels like you're already there. But this really is stepping into your own power. This is the alignment with your goals and dreams may require more healing. It's the moodiness, it's the release that needs to take place here. So keep focusing on going after what you want. The healing is going to be part of the process. The release of this kind of negative energy that I'm picking up on is going to be part of the process. Showing up here in the past is the King of Wands. Now that King of Wands is you taking some sort of action. This is you stepping into your power. The King of Wands became the Emperor. Everything that you did here in the past was to kind of build your own confidence and build your own stability within yourself. And I have that showing up here as your strength, that Queen of Swords energy. So recognizing just what it means to be stable, grounded, feel that nurturing energy coming through. The Nine of Swords is showing up here in the near future. And this is part of that moodiness that I'm picking up on. There's something about, it's all the storm clouds behind her. I love this artwork on this deck. And this one here, it's about sleepless nights, headaches, anything, any kind of physical manifestation of that energy. Mentally, you're ready to move forward. Emotionally, there's still something here that's lingering that is maybe a suppressed emotion that you need to address, or something here that you're aware of, but haven't really spent the time to get rid of it. We do have a new moon coming up here in the next couple of days. And so it's about using that time, using that energy to your advantage, letting go. We have the new moon in the sign of in the sign of Libra. We just had the full moon in Aries. And so the new moon in Libra is let's get rid of anything that does not align with internal balance. And so leaning into that, getting rid of that Nine of Swords is going to be in your best interest here. And it looks like the universe is really trying to assist you in that process. So when I look at how the universe is influencing this situation, the Ten of Swords is a painful ending. It's what led to all the stress and the fear showing up in the near future. But with the Fool card, the universe is really trying to get you to expel that energy, get rid of that dark energy so that you can fully embrace a new chapter, a new beginning, one that is different from the past, completely clear of all of the energy, including any of this residual negative emotions that I'm picking up on. High Priestess is showing up, so trusting your intuition. So as to what needs to be released and how to release it, when to release it. Listen to yourself, listen to your instincts. It's going to bubble up to the surface because I'm getting a lot of a suppressed emotion. So when it rises, recognize what needs to be done, what it is, and why it just doesn't matter anymore. You can let go of this and embrace this new beginning, because everything from the past, it's done. You've gained all of the experience connected to it. There's nothing left for you to learn. You don't need to hold on to the emotions connected to it either. King of Swords is showing up here in your hopes or fears. So on some level, you're aware that this needs to be released. Because that King of Swords is, okay, I'm aware, I recognize, but you can see he's trying to pull the arrow back in order to let go, in order to release whatever needs to be released here. So it's something that you really want. And I'm actually getting the full arrow showing up here in your potential outcome. So we've got the Ace of Swords showing up. This does feel like the release of that Nine of Swords and that Ten of Swords. It's done. It's over. You will be able to let it all go. So let's dive into more detail here. And then in the extended, what we'll talk about is anything that maybe doesn't come out as part of the spread. So any kind of hidden messages. We'll get advice from your spirit guide, your higher self. And then depending on how this reading progresses, advice on either how to change the outcome or to stay aligned with it. So let's, and also how this is going to play out over the next month. So let's get a little bit more around the Emperor and the World. Ace of Swords. So there's something about this where you do have the recognition and the clarity around maybe the residual energy. I don't get the sense that you have that full awareness, not until the Nine of Swords really bubbles up to the surface and you're kind of faced with that emotion front and center. This is something that I need to address. But the Ace of Swords also tells me that you're ready to move on. You're ready to embrace this new beginning. It's something that you really want and you've been working towards it. Tell me about the Star. The Devil. You're healing the devil energy. So Capricorn, it's your energy. So it's a lot of stepping into your own power, but it's also the recognition of where you're being held back and how to handle that, how to really let go of that energy so that it's not holding you back anymore, that you are able to embrace this new beginning. Tell me about that King of Wands. Two of Wands. Seeing potential in a situation is what gave you the strength, the motivation, and really the ability to step into that Emperor energy. It's, you know what, in order to have my goals and dreams, in order to be in alignment with that, I need to point my feet in that direction, work towards them. And it feels like this release is part of that process. It's working towards your goals and dreams. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. The Emperor. I love that. This is standing tall, confident, being able to go after what you want, and also not being distracted or taken off course, because this is a my way or the highway energy. And so as you're making up your mind that this is the path that I'm going to go down, nothing is going to be able to distract you. You aren't interested in hearing other people's opinions. You're also not interested in anything that's going to hold you back, not even your own suppressed emotions here. Tell me about that Nine of Swords in the near future. Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands, this is a block. So what this is doing is it's really operating as a block to the future that you want to live, the life that you want to unfold, the decisions that you've already made for yourself. And so the Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, whatever this emotion is, it does need to be addressed. And I don't feel like you really understood the full context of it, again, until it's coming up to the surface. Tell me about the Fool here with the Ten of Swords. The Fool. You really do have a new beginning. The universe wants you to embrace something new, which is why all of this is coming up now. And so we'll dive into more of this in the extended and get advice on what you need to do in order to let it go and what really this Fool is all about. Kind of what are those hidden messages here. Tell me about the High Priestess. Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning, one that is grounded and stable. Planting the seeds of stability here, going after what you want, letting go of anything holding you back. Tell me about this King of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. So this is This is a positive turn of events. It's growth, it's prosperity. So the King of Swords, on some level, you're recognizing that, you know what, I haven't fully released the past. And there's something about this that I do need to release. And so that's why the King of Swords is showing up here. But with the Wheel of Fortune kind of blessing that release, this is something that is really necessary in order to have this new beginning in the way that you want. And I get the sense that you understand that, or you feel it energetically. And so this is what's going to motivate you to let go of that Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands. Tell me about that Ace of Swords. Judgment, resurrection, rebirth energy. And so the release here of the old really does create this new beginning for you. I love that showing up here. And so that resurrection, rebirth energy, that's you really standing tall in your own power. No negative emotions left. You're just ready to embrace the new here. So Capricorn, this is your reading. And if you're interested in the extended, the link is in the description box below. If not, then I will see you next time. Take care.